Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the House of Commons. House of Commons?
House of Commons.
House of Commons.
We're back, we're back.
Alright.
Oh man, I forgot all the time.
Right, guys, welcome to the House of Commons. My name is Pascal Atuma, and to my left,
Suraya Issa.
Vidi Diva.
Ola George.
Right. Good. We have a very hot topic today. This one, Wilson from London, UK, London, United Kingdom. Wilson say, he's been in 5 relationships in the last 2 years, and he got all cheated on.
He got cheated on, or he cheated?
He got cheated on.
Oh my God, poor Wilson.
Poor Wilson in London, and so because of that, he wants us to talk about cheating in relationships.
Yeah.
If someone cheat or you cheat, should the relationship end?
Very good question. Very good.
Boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, husband-wife relationship. So House of Commons, let's take it. Before we go, let Ola talk.
Let Ola talk.
Let Ola go. I recommend Ola for this one.
Okay.
Ola, cheating.
Yeah.
If you're in a relationship,
Yes.
and the man cheats, are you gonna forgive him or are you gonna kick?
That is a
Let's go straight shot. Give it. So
loaded question.
Yeah, so Wilson, you see, we are listening to you guys.
Loaded question. Well, thank you, Wilson, for asking the question.
Yeah,
And
so this is
to me,
our London guys.
the long and the short part of the story is that it depends on the relationship. It depends on the person. It depends on, is this a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship? Is this my husband? Has this been my husband of 25 years? Is this my boyfriend of 2 days? You know, factors. And then also, and I don't know, anybody could be the judge of this, but does he look like he's going to be a habitual cheater? Does this look like it's going to be, like, cheating is his hobby? You know, we all know the uncles and the sometimes fathers and brothers who, like, they cheat as a hobby. Not cheating is abnormal for them.
I mean, the cheating is in the blood.
Cheating's in the blood. Cheating's in the blood. So for me personally, if it's a person that I feel that this is my personal choice. Back in the day, my view on this would be I would not accept it. I would, you know, we would break up. But now I wouldn't say that as a defined answer just right away. I would have to weigh out the pros and the cons, and to me, it's your life. That's your husband. That's the person that you lay down with. So nobody can tell you but you if you should stay or go. That's my opinion on it. And I think a lot of the times, especially young women, if the women who've been through it before would tell us that, you know, honestly, your father did cheat, your uncle did cheat, your cousin did cheat, but everybody acts like it doesn't happen in their household, or it never happened in the history of their relationship. So when the young girl now deals with it, they throw it on social media, they throw it everywhere. Oh my goodness, look what has happened to me. And it's almost like it's not making it right. It's not justifying. It's not giving him a license to do it, because you got to put him through the ringer for that too. Let him feel like you're about to go. You may not stay. But at the end of the day, I'm going to make the best choice for me and my household, and I love him, so I'm going to do the best thing I can do for him. And I'm going to most
good. All right, fine, let's go to you. Cheating. If someone cheat on you or you cheat, if someone cheat on you, will you keep or walk away?
Well, that's a tough one, man. As a man. Oh God.
God forbid.
As a man.
An African man.
As a Nigerian African man in my blood. A woman cheats on me. It's even better I don't know about it. I didn't hear about it. I mean,
but the situation calls for you that you know about it.
If I know about it, gosh, if that woman is my wife and we have kids and everything, and I've invested so much in that relationship, I will forgive her.
Okay, good. Thank you. Suraya, if you're in a relationship and someone cheat on you, will you stay or will you forgive the person and work it out?
Once a cheater is gonna be always a cheater. That is what I believe. I'll assess the situation just like as Ola said. Is it a boyfriend of 2 days? Is it a boyfriend of 1 month? If it's a boyfriend of 1 month, that is probably his habit. And that is definitely no, there is no forgiveness, and you go your way, I go my way. If it's a boyfriend for 5 months, you have to get, that's why you have to get to know the person before you get you get into that sort of relationship with that person. To understand, is he only seeing you, was he seeing other people? What kind of relationship does he have with these other people? Is it sexual relationship? Is it business relationship? You assess what kind of relationship that is. And if cheating happens, are you staying or you're going? Of course, you have to leave. You're not married. It's not your husband. It's not your fiance. And that is a no. I don't forgive, and I don't look back, and see you later.
Okay.
Is he my husband? And if he's my husband, it's gonna be a different situation if there are no kids involved, because sometimes you don't want your children to grow into some sort of a broken down homes. You can get married to this one, he cheats, and then you leave, and then end up with another one. Then it's gonna be like husband number 1, husband number 2, husband number 3, and that's gonna make for unstable situation for your children, for their upbringing, for their psychology. So you have to put all these things into perspective. At that point, are you forgiving him and moving on? Well, is it habitual? Is that something that keeps happening? Yes, I'm going to leave you and I'm going to move on and I'll take care of my kids and see you later. Because you want to be the role model as the mother. You want to be, you want your kids, your son to see the best of you, your daughter to see the best of you. You want to create that family foundation of not saying that someone will cheat and you just keep quiet because it's okay. Cheating is not okay. Just for the cameras, cheating is not okay.
Okay, all right.
To cheat. So again, as I'm saying, it's based on the situation, and I'll make my decision based on what is best, not only for me. If there's kids involved, I have to put them first to make sure that I'm making the decision based on what is good for them.
Okay.
That is
Good.
Pascal.
It's my turn now. All right.
So I'm going to ask you the question.
Okay, go ahead.
If your wife or your girlfriend cheats on you and you find out, would you forgive that girl or that woman? Look in the camera and ask.
I'm getting ready. All right. I'm going to answer for my friend Wilson, using my friend's Wilson. Wilson, the first girl you say.
No, we're not talking about Wilson. I don't want to talk about Wilson. No, the question is don't Wilson. The question is for him.
Okay.
Answer the direct. We all answer direct questions, right? Yeah, answer the direct question.
Okay. You guys know I don't sugarcoat. I keep it real. If a woman cheats, that's the end. Cure E, the case closed. Now, can I go to Wilson?
Before you go to Wilson, now what?
So now you are the moderator.
Yes.
Ask me the question.
Now what if the woman, you cheat on your wife and she ends it? How would you take it?
Okay, you know, I have to answer this question based on my upbringing and my culture.
Okay.
On my foundation.
Okay.
The foundation I came from is a little bit of a selfish foundation, where men are allowed to marry 10 wives. My 20 wives. My grandfather was married to 4 wives.
Okay.
My grandfather's younger brother was married to 9 wives. My grandfather's other brother was married to 2 wives. So the way we look at cheating in this outside world, right, it's not the way it's looked at where I came from.
Okay, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
So you're from that place too. So based on that judgment, my view or my perspective of what cheating means might be different from the view of an American that was born in America.
So what's your view?
And my view on
So what's your view? This is the House of Commons, eh? I'm the moderator for this topic, okay, guys? So I'm going to moderate this topic. Pascal has been the lead show, so today I'm going to get on it. So what's your view on cheating?
You see, you are talking the wrong person. You know what? You are talking the wrong person because there's nothing you will say here that Pascal doesn't have the answer to.
I want to hear
and when you finish with me, then I'll come back to you. Okay, go ahead. What was your last question?
So what's your view on cheating then?
On cheating?
Yes.
When a man cheats in my area where I come from is different from when a woman cheats. In our area, once a woman cheats, they will call the person a shower.
Okay.
You know what a shower means. But in my area, when a man cheats, they say, this one not in life.
So cheating is normal for men. So that's what you say.
Hold on. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I'm answering for. Are you guys attacking each other? Hold on. You are attacking the wrong person. Okay, so
we're hearing your view.
Okay, so
remember, it's his view.
Okay,
good.
So from the African standpoint, right? It's always, even in America, even in the Black African American society, right? It's very common it's easier for women to forgive men when they cheat than for men to forgive women. It is the truth. So that's my answer. So now let's go to you.
It's not that it's easier.
It's common. It's more common.
But it's not that it's easier.
It's more common.
It's more common.
Because
but you have to understand why. But the major thing is because of men's ego. You understand what I'm saying? Pride. You know, so it's not, you know, if the woman cheats and you guys go to the party, the men are gonna be laughing at this one and the wife is
the wife cheated. The wife cheated.
Yeah. But, you see what I'm saying? So
you're not mad.
Yeah, but whereas if the man cheats, right, and you guys go to the party, it's kind of, the society it's kind of normal for men. We are wired. Men are wired to hunt.
So men are wired to cheat.
To hunt.
So to hunt means to cheat.
Okay, hold on. Who's asking me this question? Is it you?
It's me. I'm asking you. So men are wired to cheat.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm the one asking questions today.
Men are wired to, you're asking questions.
I'm asking you. So from based on what you're saying, you're saying men are wired. Men are wired to hunt.
Okay, let's take for instance. Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton.
Okay.
If it was Hillary that cheated, do you think they would still be together?
She probably did, but was not. We didn't find out.
I think it's a strong 50-50.
It's probably 50-50, and those are public figures.
Those are public figures, right?
Public.
What are these Kardashian girls? Is it which one?
Khloe Kardashian.
Khloe and Tristan.
Right now.
And who? What's
and Tristan Thompson.
Okay. In that situation, if it was the other way around, you think that relationship would still be there now?
If Khloe cheated on Tristan, probably not.
No.
Okay.
Probably got options.
Good.
Tristan is a superstar.
Val,
yeah.
If you cheat now,
okay,
will your wife leave you?
No, she won't.
Okay.
I don't know.
He hopes.
You don't know, right? But
But
if she cheats now, I know you answered before in the prelim that you will. If your own wife.
This guy wants to
Hold on. You are finished. It's my turn, right?
This guy, okay.
If your wife cheats, will you take her? Will you keep her?
I answered it the first time.
No, that was political answer.
What?
Now I'm asking you for real.
For real.
This woman that you love, that you have kids with, and live with you, Valentine, go out and sleep with Moses or David.
It's done, right?
It's done.
It's done.
Okay, good.
It's done.
Okay, please. Ola.
No, the way you put it now.
The way I put it?
it was crystal clear.
It's the way you put it.
It's the way you put it.
So it's the way that I put it that confused you.
No, it's the way you put it, the way it came across right now.
Yeah.
But I mean,
next time you learn not to ask me questions.
Be careful of the trees you bark up.
no, but at least I I gave an answer, right? I have a reply. So Ola, I want to ask you a question. Do women cheat more than men, or men cheat more than women?
Absolutely not. I would not say that. And some people I know are saying that women cheat more than men because women are better at it. And I don't think so. I think innately that we are
professionals.
We are professionals. And if we wanted to cheat,
you cannot catch us.
If we wanted to, we can cheat better than any man. But at the same time, depending on the man, is he a serial cheater? Oh, because anytime he gets caught, the first, the second, the third time, he shifts up his game a bit, and then so that it's a little bit more tricky for a woman to find. If you're dealing with a professional cheater, then it's equal. But if you're dealing with a typical man,
which one is professional cheater?
A professional cheater is a man who, for example, he knows he went and said the marriage vows, for better, for worse, or for poor. He knows he did all of that, but in the back of his mind, he knows that this is a vow. This is my, my wife for the house, or my wife with the children, my wife to the public. But you will have your own lifestyle.
But on a serious note, I'm gonna speak for all men.
No, I'm just saying you'll have your own lifestyle behind the scene. When I say that, it means that sometimes, like I know of people that they have. They've had mistresses for over 40 years, and now the ex-wife.
Okay.
This topic right here.
Hold on, go ahead.
This topic right here. It's a huge, House of Commons. Huge topic. But the thing about it is, because let's just use 50 years ago. 50 years ago, the probability that a woman would cheat on a man was quite low. The reason I say it's not that they weren't cheating, because there was divorce 50 years ago, and in certain states in Nevada and the US you're allowed to get divorced and stuff like that. But again, the woman would walk away with nothing. So half of the time the woman stayed through especially in North America, through very horrendous situations, because when you walked away with zero. There was no 50%. That's what I'm saying, back then. So the history of women taking more, the woman accepting more, it's because of the history of all of that being on the table as well. Plus, you don't want to break up the family, you love him, and all these wonderful things. But the topic is, if a woman can cheat, if a woman wants to cheat, as they say, if a woman wants to dig, the FBI has nothing on a woman who's on a mission. And it's true. But it's not because it's out of emotion, it's because she'll get very calculated. You were sharing a situation there regarding the incident with the particular individual, and it's because he got calculated. He didn't go from an emotional standpoint. He went from a fact-based place. Like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this. Cause it's very hard to be calculated when you find out you're being cheated upon, or because you're usually emotions rise up. You want to hurt the person. You want to, get away from the person. You want to, how could you betray me and hurt me? But at the end of the day, this whole concept of cheating, it's something that you just have to know that of the hurt and the devastation that it causes your partner. Like, is it worth it? Is it worth the risk?
I'm gonna say something.
Is it worth it? My thing is, if you don't mind, let me finish. Is it worth the risk? Because a lot of times, like for example, if you're with a woman who's like she will walk away, then it's very clear that if this happens, then she's gone. But at the same time, of course, incidents happen, situations happen, change of heart can happen, but women cheat, men cheat. Anybody in a relationship can cheat if they want to cheat. I would just say let's just all work on our relationships to build it up. Work on our relationships to build it up. Do those things that he likes for you to do. And when you get married or have a significant relationship, don't drop off. It's not a conclusion. I'm just saying don't drop off. We as women know the things that keep a man's attention as well. And you as a man know the things that keep our attention. So let's all keep, let's say we want to put up our makeup and put on the best shoes to go outside, then within your family, within the household, let's also do that. You know what I mean?
Okay, Suraya, go ahead.
Yeah. Great. I think you brought about a really great point regarding how some people have mistresses for like 40 years. If we go back to history...
Because cheating ain't got nothing to do with love.
Yeah, I know, it's not. Sometimes it's business, it's political, it's all sorts of things. Historically, before the Protestant church came into effect, in England they had only the Catholic Church, and one of these king, I'm not sure if Prince Henry or King someone, one of those big kings, he was married to the queen, but he had a mistress for a very long time. The mistress was actually 10, 20 years older than him. But for some reason, he was in love with the mistress more than his wife.
That's what I'm saying.
And then he told the Pope that he wanted, you know the story?
I know.
He told the Pope that he wanted to marry his mistress.
Okay,
Because he even built a palace.
Henry, I think.
Yeah, he built a palace for his mistress.
Yes.
And the Pope said, no,
Yeah.
you are obligated for your wife, to your wife.
Yeah.
You have to remain with your wife.
Yeah.
And the wife also knew that her husband loves the mistress more. But she too doesn't want to divorce him because of the Catholic Church.
Right.
And he went and started his own church. And he married the mistress and divorced the wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Pope said that is unacceptable because you cannot divorce your wife. She's like, no, I'm not a Catholic
Catholic anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is one of the historic examples when it
religion.
comes to cheating. At times, I don't think religion, even though they are sometimes used as the foundation of family, at times they don't play that role of actually uniting the family. In so many churches, for example, if man and wife are having issues, they will usually go to their pastor or to their priest to pray for them, to figure things out, to resolve the issue. And at times, even though they know things are not working, they will still tell them to stay together.
Right.
And that also, to certain extent, will encourage cheating, because the husband is like, you know, I'm with this woman in my house, but I don't really need her. Why is she here? Well, and sometimes cheating is in the Western world, as we are in right now. Cheating is actually business these days. Like someone will go and marry a billionaire or a millionaire and hopes that they cheat so that they can get divorced and get half of the assets. You know,
That's very true.
Yeah.
Very
so
true.
cheating in a modern world is business. Cheating in historical times were looked at as sometimes it's acceptable for the men and not so much the women, because the women are expected to be of certain roles. Even though the man cheats or the man brings in the second and third wife, fourth wives, it's okay. But if a woman decided, okay, you are marrying 2, 3 wives, how about a woman also marrying 3 or 4 husbands?
Okay.
So
That would be
that is
nice.
just-
That's a little bit.
They actually have cultures where
That is,
back in the day
that-
where women can marry more than
Yeah.
Okay, so it's my turn or your turn?
Yeah, it's you. I want to ask you a question. You said something about cheating. You can separate cheating from love. Cheating is actually
100%.
cheating is actually not love.
Cheating is
So
not love.
I want you to throw more light on that.
Okay, see, speaking also from my culture, where I came from, I'm African, right, and I'm black, for those that don't know. You know, so speaking from that culture, I know a lot of my friends that really, really love their wives, you understand? My very good friends,
You still cheat?
right? You call it cheating, they don't call it cheating.
What do they call it?
They call it, you know, they have a mistress, but you know, it's cheating.
So why would you have a mistress if you love your wife?
Hold on. Don't watch now. Let's take our time. Let's take our
You're
time.
really out of today.
I'm moderating today.
Let's take our time. So, I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
I know 2 of my friends. They are my friends because they're cheating doesn't mean they're not my friends. They're my very good friends. From primary school.
Yeah.
Know them, right? They cannot live without their wives. One of them is a big boy, has a lot of money. He's got 2 mistresses, which I know. Right? Oh, but I'm not gonna say anything more
Do not
than
call them.
all right, and one of my friends, what do you call it,
Professional cheater.
one of my friends is a professional cheater, right? But it has nothing to do with his love for his wife and his kids. This guy will cheat, but he must go home. He respects his wife,
Yeah.
right? He talks about his wife. When we go out to hang out, when we, you know how you go to the restaurant or bar to eat, blah, 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 he must buy like chicken wing or something to take back to his wife. Even if it's with one of his mistresses, right?
He'll take.
He will still let the mistress know, I gotta buy something for my baby, right? So, cheating ain't got nothing to do with, I've cheated before. It had nothing to do with love.
And you still love, and you love the person, and you still cheat.
That was this long time ago, but what I did had nothing to do with my love for the person. Now let me ask you a question, right?
Okay.
Valentine,
Yeah.
are you trying to tell me you've never cheated?
Me?
Yes.
Of course I've cheated before. That was a long, like,
Raise
long
the
time
hand.
ago.
Okay.
No.
Hold on.
In my past relationships, like when...
Why did you cheat?
Because I was dumb and stupid.
Are you not stupid now?
No, I am not stupid now. I'm not gonna cheat again. I pray not to ever cheat.
But you was your growing
It was a grown-up experience.
Ola, have you cheated before?
No, I haven't cheated.
Suraya, have you cheated before?
No.
You see why we say women cheat? Women are very subliminal. They will cheat and then you will never find out. But we, at least we can admit to
That's not it. That was the truthful answer. But I wanted to give a disclaimer. I wanted to say something else on it. But I wanted to just give a direct answer, then come back to what I want to actually say.
They don't really believe them. The audience don't believe them.
That's what everybody starts to like. You guys clearly have thrown us all under the bus like we did something.
Okay, no, you didn't.
No, I know. So therefore, so my answer is accurate. No. But the thing about it is, in relationships, you know when you're on your way out. So have I known I was on my way out of a relationship and I was creating exit strategies? Yes. Did I cheat? No. But I was gently taking my time, like, okay, this is not going to work. He's not husband material. This is not this material. Let's calculate, okay, I need to do this, that. It's not that precise sometimes, but it's
my hand is
So now, I already know I'm on my way out. So as I'm on my way out.
But you're not out yet. You're on your way out. Are you already making exit strategy? You're already cheating.
Exit strategy is
You're already
multiple.
cheating right
No,
now.
it's not cheating. Exit strategy is multiple things. What if you now live with the person, or what if there's some kind of business thing together? What if you guys supposed to travel somewhere together? So there's exit strategy. What if you're close with his mother? You're close with his children? Like, there's exit strategy.
Can I ask you a question on the exit strategy?
Yes.
During this exit strategy, do you take dates? Do you go on dates?
Absolutely not. Because my thing is this: if you know you're in the right, stay in the right. Don't go in the wrong. Because what'll happen is you're on your way out. You already know you're not in the relationship. You don't want to be with the person anymore. You guys are gonna break up. What if by accident you go on this date with this person that you just met yesterday, after you've been with this guy for like 5-10 years, accidentally you see somebody that mutually knows you guys, all of a sudden now it's like you're cheating on him. You were never cheating on him.
Going on a date is cheating.
No, that's what I'm saying. I would not do that. That's why I said no dating,
So
nothing.
Ola, you've been in this world for whatever amount of years you've been in. You've never ever been in a relationship and then you see someone, maybe in the relationship and someone else approaches you that you're attracted to or whatever, and in your mind it's like, man, I wish I was with that person.
I'll tell you guys straight. I had somebody that I never told in my entire life that I was in love with him from we were kids. From middle school. Yeah. Not even my closest friend knew. I kept that inside because he was dating some other people that we knew. I kept it inside. He played ball, he went around the world, he was in the US. Long story short, he came back to Canada at one point. All of a sudden, because we used to all meet up together, all my good guy friends, girlfriends, in our 20s, we met up and we'd go for dinner. But this one night, he said he wants to talk to me. I'm like, what's this man going to talk to me about? I'm like, okay, sure. We all always connect when he comes back. Anyways, he did get married over there. He got divorced, whatever like that. Long story short, he tells me I'm the love of his life. He's always known it from since we were that young. And I told him, I said, honestly, I felt the same way as well. I said, but unfortunately right now, I'm in a relationship with a good man. And when I'm talking about a good man, like a quality man, that I would never hurt him. I would never even consider to hurt that person. I said, thank you for sharing this with me. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this information. And I felt the same way about you.
You still feel the same way at the time?
So I did get an opportunity in life. So it's really what happened in my life. It's really what happened in my life. I'm telling you straight. If you want to use real examples, this is what really happened. Yeah. So I let him know he was hurt. He was crushed. That the love of his life, when he did the grand TV gesture, didn't take him right away. I can't, because if I took him right there, you're going to think in the back of your mind, anybody can come to Ola behind the scenes and Ola will cheat, Ola will do this, because to me, however I treat you is however I will, however I treat the other person, I can treat you. It's just principles of life. Long story short, unfortunately, that relationship that was really good at the time when all this happened, maybe a year, almost 2 years later, then of course that relationship dissolved. that same individual came back to Canada again around that time, and we actually dated for years. And I thought, again, that was going to go to a lot more than right now. But of course, we broke up. But I still got to explore to see that love of your life, TV, movie, romantic stuff, to see if this is actually real. And it was real, you know? So that's what I'm saying. So I gave you an example. I stayed with the person I was with, and I wouldn't dare to cheat or hurt him.
Okay, let me ask. I'm going to ask this question to Suraya, then to Val. Why do you think people cheat?
Sometimes people cheat because they are just serial cheaters. It's hard to tell. At times they are probably just not happy. At times maybe they just had a crush on this person and they have to do it.
Okay.
And at times it's probably just the stress, they have to release themselves. And at times it's in their nature to cheat, and they're not gonna stop cheating even though who tells them or what happens.
Men are serial cheaters.
Okay.
So
Val,
Men.
Val, why do you think people cheat?
Yeah.
Like Suraya made, she basically answered a lot of the reasons why people cheat, right? So people cheat for various reasons. One, maybe they're not happy in the relationship they're in, and they don't have the guts or the gusto to say it to their partner, right? Or maybe the sexual life within the relationship is not what it used to be. Like when you're young, you're vibrant, you know, the relationship is still fresh, right? You know, you're having sex 3-4 times a day, everything, and then 3-2 years into the relationship, your sexual life just, you know, dwindles down. So you want to go outside and get that experience, get that. You want to spice up your relationship, your sexual life back, and people go outside to cheat. In marriage, maybe it could be the woman that used to dress all, when you're hunting for this girl, she used to dress all nice and sexy, you know, the lingerie at night, the dress, and all of a sudden, after marriage, 1 year into marriage, she's tired apart.
The big rollers.
The wrap around waist wearing.
Wearing raincoat.
The underwear is like it's like a soccer box.
A whole 2-3 people trying.
It's not, you know. And then maybe the man after, you know, 1 year is like the pot belly. He refuses to go into the gym anymore. The man doesn't take care of himself anymore. Of course, the woman will wanna. Women have feelings too. She will wanna go outside and she's seeing all this, you know, buttes, guys. Also, there's a lot of reasons why people cheat. There's some mental reasons. There's physical reasons. Or if you're an abusive husband, a woman can only take so much, right? If you're an abusive, and then at that vulnerable state, a man can just.
You sound like a feminist.
A man, no, I am a man.
Because you say if you're abusive,
He wants to
hold
women.
on. If you are, you just said if you're abusive husband. What about abusive wives?
No, I'm going both
There are
ways now. I'm
abusive
going both
women.
ways, right?
Because
So
a
you
lot
can
of
catch.
guys, they are
there are
being
some-
abused.
yeah.
You
Their
can catch
relationships.
if you can catch, especially for women. I know you can catch a woman at her most vulnerable state and she will cheat. Men, we can cheat whether we're vulnerable or not vulnerable. It doesn't matter.
So,
The wind blows.
The wind blows. Like,
blows.
we think with our brain sometimes is down there. We don't think up here. Right? Women thinks more.
so you're a habitual cheater.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying about habitual. I'm just saying. I'm giving a general statement.
Okay,
I'm giving a general statement.
habitual cheater.
No, I don't
So are
cheat.
you a professional cheater?
I'm not a cheater. Don't ask me that.
Okay, Ola,
Yes.
let me ask you a question.
Sure.
What advice could you give to our viewers out there to Wilson, right?
Yes.
What
well
could
said.
Wilson, because you see, if you leaving someone before because they cheated,
Yeah.
what makes you think the second one is not going to cheat? What
That's
makes you
a
think the third
very
one
good
is not
point.
going to
It's a
cheat?
very good-
What
it's a
makes you think the
valid
fourth one is
point.
going to cheat? What makes you think the fifth one is
You
not
can't
going to cheat?
control it.
It's a valid point.
But you give Wilson advice, and I will give Wilson advice.
And there's a,
Okay,
there's a,
so
one
give some
question
direct
I wanna-
advice.
Oh, Wilson
to
from London, and you have a
So
Wilson.
specifically to Wilson from London, 5 relationships, 5 times the woman
In 2
cheated.
years.
In 2 years.
Yeah.
Something is wrong with you, Wilson. Check your
Wilson,
life.
thank you for reaching out to us. We're gonna, to the best of our ability, give you some advice on this topic. Personally, there's definitely something going on. I'm not saying it's you, but 5
Wilson.
times
In 2
in
years.
2 years. The only common denominator in all of these relationships is yourself.
That's Wilson.
So a lot of times we sometimes pick the same partner, whether we know it's bad, whether it's bad or not. Meaning that if you know, like, you want that serial bad boy or that serial bad girl,
Is
you know?
Wilson a boy or girl?
I believe Wilson's a
the
man.
guy.
Right, Wilson's a man.
Yeah.
So you want to pick that
26
serial
26 years old.
26-year-old. So when you pick that serial person that you know is not good for you, but the rush feels so good. Some people, you know, you have that high, you kind of go after a person like that. My first thing, Wilson, is take a break from relationships for a second. Just take a beat on it. You know, take some time for yourself. Take some time for yourself. Just reassess what you're doing now. Read some self-help books. Also get around your friends that are also single and the friends that are in good marriages as well. And see what's actually working there. What kind of characteristics does his wife have? What kind of characteristics does that person that's your friend from work that you know that something about them else catches your attention, you know? And maybe this time in your next relationship, pick somebody that is almost the total opposite of what you usually pick. It's a test. You know, it's a trial and error game. You know what I mean? But I say, Wilson, right now, take a break. Step
Can I
one.
advise Wilson?
Oh, go
Just
ahead.
take a break.
My advice to Wilson is that, or any other person that have been in the same situation, 5 relationships within
2
time,
years.
within 2 years. That's not good. Actually, it doesn't really look good. I just feel like probably assessing yourself, reassessing what you really need from someone. Of course, some people get into relationship with the baggage. They believe that getting into a relationship is going to solve their problem.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to get into a relationship with clear mind. You have to be, prepared for that relationship mentally, physically, probably maybe even economically if needs be.
Mm-hmm.
Not to expect that getting into that relationship is going to be fulfilling, there are certain relationships out there that are not fulfilling. In the case of Wilson, I'm not sure if that is the case, because if they keep cheating, maybe they're not getting what they expected to get from you, or maybe, I'm not sure if you said they were cheating on you, how you caught them, was there evidences,
Or you
cheating,
just suspect.
or you just suspected them
That's a
to
whole
be
other
cheating.
can of worms.
So it's important to assess yourself and also to see what you're looking for in a partner, so that you can make the best decision that is good for you. But once you're in a relationship, you have to realize that there are certain compromises that needs to be made. And if you're not open to that compromise, that relationship might not work. And either you or your significant other might, of course, end up cheating because they are looking for whatever it is that they're not getting from the relationship.
Okay.
So
So that's the conclusion, right? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to speak my conclusion and bring everything together. Number 1, cheating. This cheating something is overrated. Yes, the cheating
I
issue.
agree with you, man.
Yeah, the cheating issue is overrated.
Big time.
Because, I mean, people are dying here every day. People, the other day in Toronto, someone crushed how many people, right? People are dying, so this cheating thing is overrated. Let's talk
cheat
about,
and be happy.
Okay, but if it happens.
No, I never said let's cheat and be happy, right? But what I'm saying
I'm
is
just
this.
listening now.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is this. I think maybe sometimes people are putting too much attachment to it. I'll give you an example. Winston, our guy from UK that made us do this. So Winston is, do you have visual evidence that this woman cheated on you?
That's one thing.
That's my one question I'm gonna ask. I'm asking, right? Number 2 is this: if you are suspecting and you're not sure, listen, that might be inferiority complex on your side.
It's possible.
Do you understand what I'm saying? It might be inferiority complex, or you might be an overjealous human being who, once they say hi to another man, they're already cheating.
It's possible.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I've dated a girl before that when you go into a store with her, a woman will cross. She go, oh, do you want her? Do you want her? Is that what you want her?
Yeah,
I'm serious, right?
That's not a
I've
nice
been in that kind of relationship
Yeah.
before, where we go into a shop where they're selling clothes, and she's walking in front, I'm walking behind. I say, oh, why are you walking too slow? Are you looking at that girl over there? It's what I'm saying.
There's a lot of
So
insecurity.
there's a lot of insecurity, So those might be causes why you are even assuming that these people, they are cheating on you. Number 3 is this: Wilson, if you think for real they are, bros, you need to check yourself. You need to check your hygiene, do your hygiene check, do your check. It might be they can't take the thing coming out of your mouth. It might be cleanliness. Some people are so dirty that you don't want to be with them. You can mistakenly be with them one time, but that's one time too many. do you understand what I'm saying? Yes.
Yeah.
You can make a mistake and mess around with someone once, right? And realize that you guys don't belong in the same world. You see what I'm saying, right? So those things come into consideration. But what I'm going to say here, for my conclusion is this: the cheating issue. If you're boyfriend, girlfriend, and it's not working, move on. Because once you start cheating in that boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, that relationship is almost 60% gone. But if it's in a husband-wife relationship, right, there are a lot of reasons. I'm going to speak for the men. There's a lot of reasons why men cheat. One, when the woman is refusing to give them what they need. Two, when you came in there, you were this sexy thing, and you started eating too much hamburger, too much rice, too much whatever you eat, salad, whatever, and you start adding weight, start adding and adding, you don't have any medical issues, right? You're not pregnant, right? And you start going that route that he doesn't like, and he keeps talking to you. Instead of you to listen, you fight him back. You fight him off. Oh baby, maybe don't you think you might want to start going to the gym? You fight. Baby, don't you think you might want to go do your hair? You fight. Baby, don't you think you may want to take 2 showers a day or that? You fight. So this guy might get scared of telling you, right? What will happen next? That thing that you cannot do, another woman can do it. So then problem will come in. I can't speak about the women. I think vice versa. I think what I just said.
Applicable. That's applicable both male and female. What you just said.
Yeah. So what I just said now, I think is vice versa. So those things can cause cheating. Another thing too, people fall out of love.
That's correct.
And it's normal. We're human beings, right? You know what I'm saying? So if someone falls out of love, what I'm going to advise there, if you know you're out of love, and you know that there's nothing that could be done to restore it, I think you may want to go the best route that will save everybody. You understand what I'm saying? But if you go from the Christian standpoint, Christianity doesn't support divorce unless through death or something. I think
depending on the beliefs.
Or cheating.
Catholic is very specific, but other belief systems have a little bit more gray. It's a little more gray there.
Okay, so what I'm gonna say is, please, guys, life is too short, man.
You know what? I'm just gonna piggyback on what you're saying, and then drives me back into my conclusion. You're saying something about people fall out of love. If you are single, if you are not married, you're just dating a relationship for a year, 2 years, and you fall out of love, I would say, okay, fine, you can go your separate ways. But when you're married to this person, and for some reason you fall out of love with that person, things can keep you in that marriage, like commitments. Right? Commitments can sustain your relationship. When you're committed to that person,
friendship too.
Friendship, commitments, and you have kids, you're committed to not necessarily love itself, right? Because if you look at love, there are two things. People go into a relationship with different mindsets. There's something called, in philosophy, there's something called appraisal and bestowal. Appraisal is you going into a relationship based on what that person can offer. It's very objective. So you appraise the person's situation. You say, oh, this guy is tall, this guy has money, this guy has this. Oh, I'm going to go into a relationship with that person. And what happens if you meet someone who has those qualities, the same qualities or better qualities, you're going to fall out of love. So appraisal itself cannot sustain a relationship. Then when you look at bestowal basically is you value love. And because you value love, you go into a relationship looking for, based on the love that you have. So when you meet someone, you love that person unconditionally. And that can actually sustain your relationship. Right. But to make a better relationship, you need kind of both this appraisal and bestowal to make the relationship really work. So you look for certain qualities that you like in someone, and because you value love, you go into that relationship. That relationship will last, and you committed to that person. You understand what I'm saying?
Right? Stop cheating.
That would only help your relationship. It will help your relationship because you value love, you value things that you value commitment. You want to break up that commitment because if you cheat on your woman, right, you're breaking that commitment, you're breaking that promise. That's what cheating is, right? You have a vow, right?
Because once cheating happens, things are not the same anymore.
It's not the same, right?
Forgive each other.
Exactly. So when you bestow, you don't want to break that commitment. You don't want to break that vow, that promise. Not to say things don't happen. Things do happen, but in the back of your mind, if you have that mindset, then your relationship would most likely be sustained in the long run.
Okay.
Right?
So Ola, let's go to your conclusion, please.
So the thing about it with cheating and relationship, and to the best of, the best person unfortunately can get self, caught up, a weekend in Vegas, that, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, But I think when we're talking about cheating, for me, it's more along the ones that are the habitual situations, the situations where you're not taking your partner into consideration, the situation of, and it's almost like the ones that default over to the habitual cheating, it's almost like maybe they're displaying what some cultures, like the culture you guys are describing, where they should have had 2 wives, 3 wives, and they probably would have had a more happier. They probably would have had a happier life. I'm not pushing. I'm not saying anything about polygamy or anything like that, but I'm just saying that those type of characteristics are still, kind of pushing that kind of, having 2 mistresses, having, a wife and having a girlfriend and then having, an etc. person, whatever you travel, having an etc. person when you travel. So the thing is this, if you're in a relationship with somebody, just try to make it work. You know what I mean? And if you realize you get to the point where this is not what's best for you anymore and not best for your partner, and you've tried all things, and to me, trying all things equals counseling. Trying all things means sitting down and having an honest conversation with each other. Not that you did me wrong, I did you wrong. Like, what's happening here? Why this is not working between us, And then the children, of course, the commitment side of things. Don't throw those type of things away lightly, And then the ones who actually do make the decision, to say, you know what, this is not for me anymore, and then they do decide to go the divorce route, you know what I mean? And then being able to kind of still let him see his children, still let her see her children, don't break up the whole home. Yes, it's a home and 2 houses, but still just kind of focus on the children. So for me, the concept is, hey, if you're in a relationship, don't cheat. And if you're with somebody, just don't cheat on them. And whatever it is you brought into it, and I said this earlier, and I'm going to say this again, we all know what makes our partner tick. We all know. We know when he likes, how you cook, but you're half dressed. You know when he likes those nice messages you sent him when he's at work. Send them some kind of love notes and stuff like that. Then all of a sudden it all goes away, and then you wonder why the woman is in his ear on social media and all these other places. They send them nothingness. They send them like a picture of a booty shake or something, you know what I mean? With no substance, and all of a sudden they're able to pull him in. So he's human, the same way you're human. All of a sudden now he never compliments you. You look good, half of the time, but he doesn't compliment you. And all of a sudden, sometimes, I'm not saying that that's all what a woman needs, but it helps, you know what I mean? And do the extra that you used to do too. You want her to do all this extra with the clothes and the lingerie and all this other stuff, but you know what you used to do as well in the beginning of that relationship to pull her in, sexually and otherwise, So just all of us just do our best in a relationship, and we'll be all be.
Sorry, let me just quickly add this before you run, because we had this conversation, and some girl was saying that because someone cheats on you, like exactly what Beyonce, because she took back Jay-Z, she's saying Beyonce is not a good role model because Jay-Z cheated on her and she accepted Jay-Z back. She can't. So. Which I think it's wrong.
That is absolutely wrong.
If Jay-Z was with that girl, Jay-Z would cheat 10 times. That's the reason Jay-Z will not go anywhere.
Thank you so much for what you just said.
Exactly. So that's what, because if you cannot discount everything that person has done on their life history because she accepted a man that cheats afterwards, and a man that cheats just one time. We don't know how many times Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce, and this girl, and basically I actually see it as Beyonce as a strong woman. I'm not too much of a fan of Beyonce, but for her to actually, the whole public thing, this whole thing went viral, went public, and she still stood the ground, still stayed by Jay-Z, supported a man. I'm not gonna say she's not a role model. She is a role model for women out there that their husband, based on situations we've been talking about, that went out one time, that sounds that they're not serial cheaters, they can see that, okay, we can make this work, you know? And if the man is willing to realize and change his ways, then that's a good role model to me.
Yeah, okay,
and it's something he just said, I think he just triggered all of us.
We need to conclude on this, right?
He just triggered all of us there.
Okay, so what do you want to say? You want to say,
So what I was just going to say is that I think with the case of Beyonce, not thinking about it, I'm just assuming that she assessed the situation and tried to see what is best for her family because they are married, right? If it was just a child with Jay-Z out of wedlock, probably the story would have been different. We have someone else, Hillary Clinton, the same thing. Everyone was telling her she's not a good role model to run for president because he should have divorced
Bill and marry who? So Hillary should have divorced Bill Clinton and marry who?
Very good question again.
But again, exactly.
Beyonce would divorce Jay-Z and marry who?
Right, you're right.
Who? But Beyonce would divorce Jay-Z and marry some riffraff that would cheat.
And again, will cheat on her. You know, so when you
So again, Hillary Clinton also assessed the situation and wanted what is best for her family. And most women, educated women, intellectual women, when they get into a serious commitment or marriage, they have a family with that man. That is what they want. They want stability, and they want what is best for the family.
And they understand
when there is
a
child is involved, you have to become selfless to some point. Because when you're a teenager, like someone cheated, it's like bye-bye. But then you are married, a child is involved, the story is different. Now you don't look at yourself. You see what is best for that child. And with this situation, that doesn't stop them from being a great role model. It's just that they wanted what is best for their family, and what is best for the family is the stability for the child to have that family foundation. Right?
And the thing was, and thank you very much for saying that as well, the point you said there. And I think that's key. The biggest thing is that it's your individual decision for your family, for your life. Is Beyonce less of a role model? Absolutely not. How dare society try to tell her. I remember when she did her Carter tour. People are like, why is she using Jay-Z's name? And just because she got married, now she's using Jay-Z's name. Excuse me? That's her husband. She's allowed to use whatever name she's allowed to use. And the thing about it is, the people who are sometimes nibbling in another person's ear saying, oh, leave him, leave him, leave him, leave him. Those same people will be the same people behind your back going to take your man.
And
let's just keep it real. Let's keep it real here. And a lot of times, and of course, again, we already talked about this, but it's like staying in a situation, you just assess it. And if it's the right person, you love him. You love him. Before he cheated, you loved him. Before she cheated, you loved her. So go back and find those building blocks and build it up again. And absolutely never let anybody on the outside tell you to leave your husband, to leave your wife, to leave any significant person, because they're not going to be in the bed with you. They're not going to be paying for your children to go to school. They're not going to be, you know what I mean? It's you who has to live your own life on your own. So don't blame anybody else. Make your own choices.
So are you supporting cheating?
No, she's not.
I'm not supporting cheating.
I'm not playing. Okay, please. All right, guys. How do they reach you publicly, please?
Suraya Issa, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google.
Okay. Are you?
VDD File, Instagram.
Are you?
Ola George _ Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Also, please check out the House of Commons on Facebook, Twitter, also on Instagram. Also, like, subscribe, comment below, and look up for more things to come.
Okay, and my name, of course, is Pascal Atuma, Twitter, Pascal Atuma, Facebook, Pascal Atuma, Instagram, right?
Yeah.
And this is House of Commons. Please, you guys should donate.
We accept credit card, debit card, check.
Yeah, no, honestly,
it's in the description
I'm not
below.
playing. You guys should donate so that we can improve this show. House of Commons.
House of Commons.
House of Commons.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, you guys are habitual cheaters and professional cheaters.
I don't cheat.
I don't cheat.
The women said they've never cheated before, but we know what the truth is.
Women will always say they never cheated.
Women will never say they cheated.
How many times did you cheat?